Looking to trade your old bulk for some of the latest Pokemon booster boxes? Well, check TCGCastle.com. The process is very simple. Send in 1400 cards and get a brand new sealed booster box back. We ship boxes worldwide for free once we get your cards. Make sure to check video description or check TCGCastle.com for more information. How's it going, Poke fans? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCGO, and through today's video, I'm gonna play a little bit with Yanmega Break featuring Tapu Lele GX. As you can see right here on your list, I'm running Yanmega Break deck with Sonic Vision. So basically with this ability, you can just ignore all energies in the attack of each of Pokemon Yanmega attacks. So yeah, basically you can use Assault Beam if you have 4 cards in your hand for like 50 or 120, depending if your opponent have Tool or if he don't have Tool, which is just insane. On the other side, Barrier Break will do the same amount. Actually, it will does 100 damage counters, but it will not. It will go actually through the, for example, that Glacian Crystal Ray. So you're not going to be affected by any weakness resistance or any other effect of your opponent active Pokemon. Ariados is here basically for that Poisonous Nest. So theoretically with a Choice Band, we can strike for like 130 with Yanmega Break or maybe 150 with Assault Beam. Add one more damage counter with the Poisonous Nest, go up to 160, and then with Kukui we can have 180, which will be enough for the one-hit knock against Drampa, Giratina, Darkrai, Tapu Lele, so on and on. So yeah, it's pretty cool deck, and I must say that it's just very nicely built. Tapu Lele is here for that energy drive, mainly with those double cores energies. I can simply have that extra help in case if my opponent just decided to Hex Maniac, then we can try to do something with the Tapu Lele. Of course, Octillery is here for that Abyssal Hand. So 17 Pokemons. Moving on to the trainer cards, I have one Escape Rope because I really like to play Escape Rope, and I'm a very huge fan of the Escape Rope because it can just force maybe my opponent to promote his GX or EX for 2 price cards, so I kind of like that, as well as 2 Field Blowers. In addition to that, running 2 Level Balls and 4 Ultra Balls, of course, for the Pokemon Search, and then having 2 Rescue Stretchers and 2 Revital Lasers for that Pokemon Recovery. In addition to that, 4 copies of V-Seekers, of course, and 4 Forest Vagina Plants, because we really rely on that stadium a lot. Supporter card is a little bit different as usual because I'm running 2 copies of Judges, so I can have that Judge for 4 and basically free attack with my Sonic Vision. 1 copy of Bridget, just in case if I start first I can definitely set up my Spinark, Yanma, and maybe Remoraid on my bench. It can definitely be pretty cool. 2 copies of Lysanders, 2 Ends, 1 Kukui as that extra 20 damage counter support, 4 copies of Sycamores, in addition to that 1 copy of Teammates because it's too good card for this deck. It can just help us a lot in a late game to take advantage of our opponent, as well as 3 copies of Choice Bands and 2 Flow Stones for the free retreat on those, Tapu Leles of course, and maybe even Ariados if we find ourselves in a position to stuck with them in the front, and 4 copies of double Colress Energies, just in case if I find myself in position that I actually need to attack with my Tapu Lele. If you're looking for any of these cards, of course, make sure to check CCGCastle.com because you can find all of these cards with cool and cheap prices. You can also pre-order Burning Shadow, Sun and Moon box. You can also trade your bulk for it. You can also trade your bulk for some of the latest booster boxes like Evolution, Sun and Moon. Not sure what else we have, but you can definitely check my video description and you're going to be able to find all of these instructions. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the introduction. Moving on to the game test, so you can actually see this deck, and actually let me know also what you think about this deck in the comments below. I'm just interested to see what people think about this deck, so see you in the game. Alright, so let's do this. Let's see. Will there be the CGI GX on the other side featuring Vileplume? I don't know, but probably that's gonna be the case here. Alright, so I do have that Ultra Ball, so that means only one thing. I can have that Bridget at my turn 1. That can be definitely huge advantage. Oh, no way. There's a Vileplume on the other side. Okay, I can definitely benefit from the stadium, but seeing that Vileplume in play can be very scary, to be honest. And there is first Sycamore from my opponent, so he discarded almost 7 cards from his hand, so he decided to discard Shaman. That's very interesting. I mean, how you're gonna set up without your Shamans in play? I can definitely say that's not gonna be easy. That's for sure. Trainer's Mail for another Professor Sycamore. Of course, you're gonna always take support a card with the Trainer's Mail in Vileplume deck because you're not gonna play. You're not playing those VS Seekers, so that's the reason why people often like to Trainer's Mail for Sycamore or Trainer's Mail for N, just in case, so they can be 100% sure they will have what they need. All right, there is another. Okay, so Ultra Ball probably for Shaman EX this time. I mean, I cannot imagine Vileplume without Shamans in play. I mean, that's just impossible in my opinion. Plus, he still don't have Forest of John Plant. But on the other side, if he managed to put Forest of John Plant at least in play, then I can Ultra Ball Forest and something like a VS Seeker and get myself that bridged in play. Or I can maybe just Sycamore for 7. I mean, there's plenty of different options. The big problem for me is that I cannot one-hit knockout his Rowlet. That's the sad part of the story if I just want to attack with my Yanmega. So I need Yanmega break for the knockout. I mean, theoretically I can have it. So there's Revitalizer. Will there be a Vileplume? Ooh, there might be a Vileplume play. But he still need that Forest, and he didn't find Forest. Since I have Forest, of course I'm gonna play Forest. I mean, what are we talking about? So, Sycamore for, not Sycamore yet. Ultra Ball for these 2 cards, and it's definitely going to be for Tapu Lele. But the problem with the Tapu Lele is next. I simply need to set up Sycamore here. That's without too many questions. And I'm gonna put that Floatstone and Sycamore for 7 and hope to find maybe a Mega Break. There we go. So Ultra Ball for 2 cards and I have 4. But if I put Remoraid and a Mega Break, then I will not have enough. So if I play Ultra Ball for, let's say, Forest and for something like, let it be Floatstone, I'm going down to like 4 cards in my hand, which means I still need to pull something like Yanma into my hand. And of course, I'm just going to put that Mega Break in play. So I can barrier break him for like 100. And there we go, at least he don't have energy. That's the most important thing, keeping him away from the energies. Well, there's a Field Blower, but it's not going to be very effective. And my opponent just decided to came in front with the Oddish. I mean, if he managed to put Vileplume in play, then my Field Blower is just useless as well as any other item cards that I will have. But on the other side, good thing is that I can strike his Glum for like 120. But still, not enough for the knockout because he's a grass type, and even with the Ariados, I'm not going to be able to apply extra 10 damage for the poison. So let's just sit and cry if that Vileplume managed to enter the play on this turn. But still, I'm not going to complain because I have Yanmega, plus I have Remoraid and also N for like 6. So yeah, I mean, there's a plenty of options, but I definitely need to be very careful about playing those cards from my hand, especially under the item log, because I really need 4 cards in my hand in order to do some damage counters to my opponent Pokemons in play. Alright, so let's just be patient. So he decided to throw Vileplume in play. Well play, well play. So there we go with the Vileplume. What else? There's a Tapu Lele. So that Tapu Lele might be for Sycamore if he don't have one, but I think he actually has Sycamore in his hand. So this might just be for a teammates if he play teammates, or maybe for N, or maybe for nothing. So he just decided to throw down Tapu Lele because he can attack for double course energy and Sycamore for 7. Okay, that's also cool. Oh, he also throw out Lysander and Hen. I mean, those resources can easily be recovered. I mean, with Razorleaf, not the Razorleaf, but with the Hall of Hunt GX, you can easily grab 3 cards from your discard pile and put them into back into your hand. Like, for example, 2 double course energies. Okay, so first feeder arrow, 2 damage counters goes down to my Yanmega. And he might just decide to stay in the front with the Vileplume. Who knows? Who knows? He might decide to do that. I'm just thinking about putting in play my another Yanmega next turn and not playing that N, just going straight away for like 100. I mean, there's a big problem right now for my opponent, so he definitely needs to think twice. So yeah, he decided to keep his Vileplume in the front. I think that was the most clever thing that he could do. Since I'm down to 4, I'm just gonna throw out that Assault Beam for like 120. There we go. So Lysander will be enough for the knock against his Vileplume sooner or later, but I'm thinking about just Lysandering those Shaman and Tapu Lele for 2 prize cards instead of that Vileplume. There's a Grass Energy, so I'm probably just gonna see right now that Hall of Hunt GX, or I might not see that Hall of Hunt GX, we shall see. However, there is another Yanmega sitting in my hand for next turn play, of course. And after knockout against his Vileplume, if he even allows me to do that, no, he decided to retreat down to Tapu Lele. So that's very interesting. I'm just gonna be very patient here, building my bench and playing my cards and wasting my resources. Next turn, if I don't top deck something like Octillery, Yanmega, maybe Tapu Lele or the Yanmega break, I'm not going to be able to attack. So there's another feeder arrow. So I have 6 damage counters at this moment. And it's my turn. Ooh, what a nice top deck that was. I mean, that's just insane. I'm going to just use my barrier break. 130 once again. 2 prize cards. Of course, right now, he can knock me out with his Razorleaf for like a 90. But look at this. Look at my hand. There's a Lysander. So I'm going to be able, maybe next turn, to pull a knockout against his Shaman and go down to like 1 card. Which is just insane. However, he can put 4 damage counters right now and apply even more pressure to my Remrite on the bench. No, he decided to throw those arrows down to my Yanmega. Probably he don't have supporter card available in his hand, and probably he just want to Sycamore, or maybe just use that Hall of Hunt GX. So that's the reason why he decided to do something like that. Oh, but if I manage to knock out his Vileplume with my Lysander next turn, that's the GG, and I'm gonna have victory against my opponent. Mighty Decidueye deck. In order to do that, I definitely need something like Yanmega as a top deck. And there we go with the Hall of Hunt GX. I mean, yeah. The funny thing is that I have N in my hand, so even if he used that Hall of Hunt GX, I can always end my opponent. But instead of doing that, I definitely need to find a way to go down to 4 cards so I can have some damage counters this turn, which is very important. So I'm gonna depend on that top deck. If the Yanmega is a top deck, then I can have another Yanmega in play, plus I can play Lysander, and I'll have only 4 cards in my hand, which will be enough to knock out his Vileplume and get out of the item lock, which means I can set up easily then my Octillery, searching my deck for the Ultra Ball, Olympia, and double course energy. For me, the top deck will be just another Sycamore. Yeah, he have Olympia available and double course energy, so I can take a risk. But I'm just thinking about playing Sycamore for 7. There's a greater chance that I'm gonna pull something that I can play. For example, like Octillery and Something like Tapu Lele, which is not effective right now. Okay, I miss opportunity to do some damage counters to my opponent. So I'm just gonna pass my turn, and that's gonna be it. Damn. Okay, next turn, judge down to 4. I'm in. I'm definitely in. There's a double course energy, so yeah. He definitely needs to do Steam Arrow, 4 damage counters down to my Yanmega break on my bench. And yeah, he decided to. I actually did mistake here. I should promote my Tapu Lele GX in the front. Right now, I'm just gonna lose both Yanmega breaks next turn, and that's completely mess. Really, it is. Well, let's see what you can find here. I mean, I can change tactic a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm gonna throw down my Tapu Lele and surprise my opponent with the teammates, if I have. Of course, I do have teammates. So, what about taking those double course energies in my hand and applying some pressure to my opponent with the double course energies? I mean, we can do that, right? Yeah, why not? We can do that. I think he didn't expect to see something like Energy Drive for 100. Next turn, I can hit for the knockout against one of his Decidueyes, and I can go down to 1 prize card, which means Lysander will be all I need for the victory. Let's just wait for a moment, let's be patient, and let's see what my opponent can build up here. He cannot definitely knock out my Yanmega. Plus, I also have another Tapu Lele available. Alright. I think I have him. So he's definitely in trouble. Jesse James, Team Rocket. What's up, man? The CGI, I mean, yeah, 4 damage counters can be spread around the board and Razorly for like a 90, but that's pretty much it. So he decided to retreat with his Olympia down to Vileplume. So he might just decide to let me... Oh no, so he is back. He's back. But still, 140, not gonna be enough for the knockout, which means... if he throws those feeder arrows, he definitely needs to throw them to my... No, he should definitely throw those feeder arrows down to my Tapu Lele, because right now I'm just going to retreat down to another Tapu Lele and apply more pressure to his active Tapu Lele. So Razorly for 90. Ooh, there's a Lysander in my hand. But it's still not time to play him. I'm just gonna judge him down to 4. Because why not? He have way too many cards in his hand. And I think judge is a good option, so hitting for like 100. I can steal a Beazle hand, so that's okay. Let's see what he can find with a Beazle hand. Via Seeker, that's not good. Energy Drive, 100. There we go. So he have 4 cards this time in his hand. 170, so he definitely need double course energy and retreat with his active Decidueye in order to survive somehow. And I think this game will actually take a little bit more. But I also think how to knock out that Vileplume without letting my opponent immediately to set up another Vileplume in play. That was one of the reasons why I actually decided just to judge him instead of just Lysandering his Vileplume for the knockout. Because I'm very scared about seeing another Vileplume in play. This Wander tag might be for a Lysander. It might be for a Lysander, it might be for anything else. But it's gonna be for a Sycamore and another Sycamore for 7. Okay. So another Professor Sycamore in my opponent hand. I think he definitely wants to get that double course energy in play, but he is still far away from the victory here. I can definitely say that. I mean, he need to take 5 prize cards, of course, Next turn he can take 3 of them. And then with 1 Lysander he can definitely win the game. Okay, let's see. 120 and Sycamore for 7. Oh, a Lysander for my Tapu Lele GX. I didn't expect that. I definitely didn't expect that. That was a very nice play. Really it was. So he's down to 3 prize cards. But still, double Course Energy is a top deck. Which means I'm gonna go with my Sycamore here. Going on all in here. I just need that Lysander play, which I didn't find. So yeah, anyways, that's more than enough for the knockout. That's like 140. I still need Lysander. Taking 2 prize cards means that I will get VS Seeker and Ultra Ball, but still no sign of the Lysander. I'm down to 1 prize, so all I really need is a knockout against his Vileplume, and I have victory in my hands. I just need Lysander as a top deck. So there's at least Kukui in my hand, which will help me to add 20 more damage counters, but still, if he find that double Course Energy, then I'm probably gonna lose this game. It's not 100% positive that I'm gonna lose, but still, I'm probably gonna lose. So if he have double Course Energy, then he's gonna probably win this game. If my opponent don't have double Course Energy, then I might be lucky to win. Just because I have 4 double Course 4 energies attached to my Tapu Lele. Oh, there's the CGI in the front. And if there's a double Course Energy, then that Razor Leaf will deal like 90 plus 20 from the Feeder Arrow for the knockout against my Yanmega. And next turn, I simply can't deal so many damage counters. Only Lysander will actually win me the game. Okay, so Feeder Arrow, desperately looking for that double Course Energy. Probably he don't have still double Course Energy in his hand. And if I see pass turn, then this is it, because I have Kukui. Let's see. Let's see. Very, very close game. It's a very tough. It's all about energy card. Right now, he's stuck with the CGI in the front. If he don't have double Course Energy, he have just the regular Grass Energy and he decide to attach it. Oh, another Choice Band, another unusable card, and 2 more unusable cards for me, but at least I can energy drive for like 120, means only one thing. If he wants to retreat, he needs to pay 2 energies. If he wants to attack, he definitely need to add 1 more double Course Energy, which means only one thing. Next turn I have Judge for 4, which is a good thing, but he needs to retreat somehow because the game is probably over for him. And still Lysander just works perfectly fine for me, so let's just be patient and see. As you can see the difference in the time, I played only 5 minutes, where on the other side my opponent played like 15 minutes. He took like 15 minutes. Oh! Desperate move with that end. So 1 card for me, 2 cards for my opponent, but I do have that Auxiliary, which means only one thing. I can Abyssal Hand up to 5. Plus I can also strike him for like a plenty of damage counters. I mean, I can hit for like 100. And if I get lucky with maybe another double Course Energy, which I don't have because it's prized, I can win. But even with the Lysander, I can win. That Auxiliary is MVP right now. That Auxiliary should be crowned with something like a Golden Crown. Yeah, let's put him on the bench. Why not? Abyssal Hand maybe for Yanmega. Maybe not. Oh, this stings a lot. Bridget. For another Yanmega. Why not? Let's energy drive. 100. So he's down to 20. And next turn, this is pretty much it. I mean, the reason why I decided to play this move with the Bridget is just mainly because I'm looking forward to get rid of all of my cards from my hand as much possible as I can, so I can find a Lysander play. But looks like this is it. I mean, Feather Arrow, 2 damage counters to my Tapu Lele. Theoretically, with 90, he can deal like 130 in total. Even with 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, yeah, with the double course energy on his Tapu Lele, he would be able to do enough for the knockout, but he can't retreat his TCGO. And no sign of the Lysander, but I have Energy Drive, and that's it. That's the knockout. That's the victory against my opponent. The CGI GX decks, ladies and gentlemen. So we managed to beat the CGI GX. Probably one of the most top competitive decks in the current standard format with this beauty of the deck. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck, because this deck actually rocks a lot. So I would definitely love to see it in a real life, of course, in the action. So if you have any questions, make sure to leave comments below. Till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.